Michael Beasley got cleared. No, I'm sorry. Malik Beasley got cleared.
What?
Not fixing and gambling games. He got investigated by the FBI, not the NBA.
They cleared him?
The FBI said he ain't do no wrongdoing. They couldn't find nothing on him. What happened was, though, the Pistons were going to sign him for $42 million, 3 years.
Okay.
But because he got investigated, they pulled the deal back. Now they used all they cap. They got no money for him. He ain't got no team right now. Though, something got to happen about these because this is going on your jacket. Terry Rozier got accused of it. Nothing happened to him. But it's on your jacket. And teams, and we know the NBA better than anybody, narratives run your career. There's guys that can still play that is kicked out the league because of a false narrative that was created on them in their career. Whether a coach didn't like you, said you ain't work hard, but you did.
Time out. I thought so. The FBI found him
not guilty.
Not guilty.
Right.
Did the NBA say he's not guilty? Because no,
he's not. They did investigation is done. The NBA, the FBI is way higher than the NBA.
No. No. What I'm saying, he's
clear. He's just clear.
Right. He may not be criminally charged with doing anything. There was no criminal charge, no criminal thing. But did he do something to the NBA like, yo, dog, the fact that your name was even involved in this, we can't associate with you?
NBA, people don't really, if you go to FBI and get cleared of not betting on games, they may not go pick it up doing their own. That's a waste of time and money.
But they still may feel like what you did is something they don't want to be associated with.
No, he's fine. No suspend. This came out a week ago. He ain't suspended, nothing. He cool. This is it. He can sign with the team.
If that's the case, then I feel like I need to sue somebody.
The Knicks, that's what they, but look, but also y'all understand this is, could be a real big problem in the league. Guys betting on games or having their friends bet on their props. So I think I seen the NBA or somebody reached out to some of these bettors to try to adjust the type of props that get created. So the NBA, I think, said guys on two ways contracts should not be allowed to be getting their props betted on because they ain't getting the money. They'll probably be more inclined to do that to get their friends rich or get themselves rich and other people. They're trying to regulate this whole thing before it get out of control. But for everybody that you accuse, you got to do an investigation.
Right.
That's on that guy's jacket. The fans gonna feel like every stat line they gonna look at and say, yo, he missed the shot, maybe he betting. Yo, it really can mess up a player's money. We just watched Malik Beasley get his money messed up.
Right.
I just read a report that the Heat are trying to trade Terry Rozier for free.
Yeah.
I'm not saying because he was bad, but I'm just saying they might be like, yo, man, this dude he probably.
We don't want the attention. We don't want the media attention. We don't want the media friends. This is gonna always come up.
But you can't just accuse people all willy nilly like that. You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel about that? Guys, do you feel like, look, this is just necessary because you got to regulate the game, or you feel like, nah, it gotta be a better way to go about this?
I feel like all right. You put me in a tough spot. I feel like from a certain aspect.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to. I feel like it should be done in the back door, but it can't be done in the back door because everything has to be in public perception, and that's the problem. If you're able to do things without public perception to where y'all can keep it in house, I think all investigations should be done in house until you got a smoking gun. Just because you want to accuse somebody or you think somebody might be doing something, once you put it in public perspective, you leave this person out there for public scrutiny, and we all know public opinion values a whole lot more than criminal.
But we in 2025, you can't hide anything, man. Because the information has to travel somewhere to get the investigation started. And it always gets found out by a beat writer, the media,
that's the could
be a family friend.
But
you can't hide it. So you're always going to find.
But you also, as a business, you have to watch your bottom line. You have to be able to manage what's going on in your league, and you have to be able to regulate. People can't just be out here doing Wild Wild West.
Right, but let's be real, bro. It's almost impossible to catch these guys doing it.
Right. So that's the problem.
All these guys got to do is get smarter. Maybe have one person that's a friend of a friend.
Fan is always a loophole.
Put $20K on something, on one of your unders. These guys be having multiple friends do it, and then it happens all at one time, and that's how they put the attention on them.
Yes.
But you get a friend to put $20,000, $10,000 on your prop or whatever like that, and y'all just slowly. I'm saying it's ways to go about it.
So you trying to say let it go?
No, I'm not saying let it go, but
that's what I'm saying. You have to do this. You have to do this just to let them know that
that could happen.
Right, that it could happen. Regardless if I'm going to catch you or not with doing it, you have to know that there's going to be consequences or some type of backlash that's going to come with finding out that you're involved in some kind of way. Unless you have washed your hands completely clean in the situation where you don't got no connection to what's going on, No, because like you said, if it's a friend of a friend or whatever the case may be, and I can somehow trace that back to you, even though you may not be directly or indirectly involved in it. Yeah, there has to be something.
Hold on, it's twofold though.
Right.
For every investigation they do that comes out, that looks worse on the league, not just the player.
It does, but I still got to do it.
It don't matter though. The NBA, if they know 20 players doing it, they're not going to tell you all 20. That don't look good. That means it compromises the integrity of the game to let them know this has been going on. And now people are like, oh, this whole...
But at the same time, you have to do what you're doing with the investigation to find out where it's happening. Because like you just said...
In baseball, I mean, people they know was doing steroids before and then they let go under the radar before they, but
what happened is but again...
WWE, they was doing the same thing. But
what happened is once you found, like, you have to be able to say because you don't want the media to find out and then bring it to you.
They can't find out.
No, yes, they can.
The media can't do their investigation on who betting on them. They don't got the power to do that.
The information gets leaked to the media all the time. No,
you talking about they can't investigate if somebody did it or not.
It's not the investigation part. It's the presumption or even just...
They can't even do that. They can't be like, yo, somebody betting on you. Somebody will have to tell... They can't just you can't just come up with that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Information gets leaked to the media all the time. What I'm trying to say is, all it takes is for one person to assume or say, yo, I saw such and such, or I heard that such and such was doing this. Once that starts trickling, it starts trickling down to people in management and media and things of that nature. Then after a while,
that's too risky, bro. They would get sued. That's why you don't see it happen like that. You put yourself on the line to get sued. And
how many times people have done that? Come on, man. How many times you see these athletes and everybody in lawsuits for defamation of character?
When have you ever seen a media member break a story about their own, not investigation wise, that a player might bet on? You've never seen that.
You said their own?
Yes. You told me if you said the media would have to do it, like the NBA.
No, I didn't say the media would have to do it. What I'm saying is, the reason why I'm saying the league has to do these investigations is because you don't want it to get out that these players are doing that, and the media is the one that breaks the story or comes to you with the story before you even know what's going on.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That has never happened because it's too risky for you to just come off of somebody hearsay. That's a serious offense. You won't see media breaking stories about somebody betting.
Not about breaking stories, but all it takes is for me to be in a press conference and say, such and such. Do you know about certain rumors that certain players are going around doing this and doing that? That's bad. If that comes out before you can say, oh yeah,
but the media, ESPN can't print up a story of
no, they can't print up a story, but just that question is going to set up on a fire. Because then now you're going to have internet, your internet detectives, all these other people. They're going to start doing all this. Like you got so-called internet detectives now.
The media is regulated, man. NBA won't even allow them to just come over and do that.
Yes, you can't say they're regulated because they are questioned. There's been plenty of times where the questions were asked that the NBA either would prefer not to be asked or was unexpected.
They regulate. A lot of times they don't really go.
How many times have we seen players get questioning like anything like, yo, next question? They don't even want to answer the question. Come on, man. They're not all regulated.
But no, a lot of it's just like the locker room stuff. Like they don't act like they're not going. You ever see maybe a member ask Ann about his baby? Like, it's regulated, bro. Like,
no, it's not regulated because
they work for somebody that work for somebody.
I give you a prime example. They just did a whole documentary, the Gilbert Arenas gun joint. They still can't figure out how that whole gun situation between him and Richard got out to the media when it was only in the locker room and nobody spoke a word about it.
Different era.
It's not. Wait a minute. That's right. You're right. It's a different era. It was less media, less social media, less ways to get information out.
But you gotta think about it. These medias are employed by the team to be allowed.
So was the dude. So how the information?
Why you think you don't know which player set up that leaked that media team meeting between the Sixers? Why you don't think you don't know the player name? It's only certain information you can say and get out. The media prepped up that, a player leaked it, but they're not going to tell you. It's a reason.
So that's what I'm saying when it comes to
they will be banned from the locker room. The media won't. They're regulated. They can't say certain things. They'll be banned from the locker room. Like they not just free playing. I understand
what you're saying, but that's what I'm saying. Why the league has to do what they has to do.
But I'm saying the media would never become an issue for the league like that because they'll be banned from having access. That's why they won't do it.
I disagree with that.
So just from the NBA perspective though, the more people you accuse, the worse it looks on the league. So the NBA just ain't gonna be like, he. That's why you see the low level players getting, okay,
accused. But here's the question: how do we know they're not investigating the other 18? They just putting these two up here as the face to keep the heat off.
I feel like that information you won't be able to hide.
I don't.
You'll be able to. You won't be able to hide.
Because I can say, hey, I'm investigating such and such and such and such. But really, check these other 18 other dudes over here to just make sure they clean.
But the FBI put that they said they investigating. You can't tell if the FBI decided to pick up because the NBA didn't do. The FBI did it. So there's people that have authority to investigate these guys without the NBA having approval on it. So the NBA can't control everything. Like they
they can't. But you've seen you've seen documentaries where they even the agent, everybody has said that they was told by the league, this league or that league or this league representative, that league representative to keep the story quiet or to keep it under wraps until you get a full
was betting on games. But why you think they didn't have enough evidence to take it fully there?
But see, this is why I disagree when you saying it's not ways to hide it, because a lot of times the only way to catch these people is for them not to know they're being investigated. So you have to hide it.
You can't hide it because
you have to hide it.
The sports bettors, the FanDuel and all them, they send an alert to the league. Yo, something fishy here.
Right.
Then the league has to investigate it. There's no hiding. No, I'm telling you, it's too many players involved. There's no hiding, bro. Like, you would never thought the FBI would be investigating them. You would thought the NBA would do. You never think the FBI would get involved. Like, this is a whole new level. They not playing with this. They are not playing with this. They need not play with it.
They got to put a clap on it. Can you imagine?
You know how rich you could get?
How much money you can get if you're doing this? Dog, you
if you got a cousin ask you for money, like, yo, bro, I need $20,000. Like, look, yo, put $30 on me. I ain't gonna get 10 rebounds there. I'm getting 8.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Like, yo, just go take care of this. I'm gonna get 8 rebounds. You bet this. You know, we good.
Fam, you know how crazy that? Yo,
that's what I'm saying.
And the NBA got it worse. Because football, you can tell if somebody not trying, bro. Imagine, like, you say, all right, I'm only gonna catch 2 passes.
And you drop
4 or 5
Come on, bro. Like, dog, what you doing? And you
like, come on,
and then you know what? The receiver got to get mad and call, yo, why are you talking to me so much today?
Or the running back, the lane wide open, he like, nah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Yo, people gonna be like, come on, bro. Like, you have to get the coaches involved.
That's why I said. It'd
be so hard in football to do basketball.
You have a lot more impact with basketball. You have a lot more impact with
crazy
basketball.
Though, like it's.
So listen, they gotta do what they gotta do,
like,
bro.
I remember the Irv Gotti story. Gilbert Arenas was like, yo, he betted on he betted on the over and under, I guess, on the score.
Right.
And it was like 5 seconds left.
Game over. Irv Gotti got pissed,
and Gilbert just shot it from half for no reason. Made it.
Gilbert got pissed. Yeah.
Irv was like, and he synced it for nothing.
Yeah.
And he was mad.
Yeah, because he would have bet like $2-3 million.
He was like, yo. He had no, and Gilbert told the story. He's like, yo, man, I don't give a fuck. I'm shooting that shit. And he just shot it. And he lost the bet. Yeah. So it's like, yo, bro, like, you just got situations like that where it get real. Again, the economy's hard. People just trying to cash out.
People just trying to make money.
You got the NIL deals. Then you come in, you get a Supermax from your team. And then you got that on the side. You got 3 streams of revenue from your one job.
Fam, listen. I'm not mad. Listen, you got to do what you got to do out here.
I want to keep it competitive.
Right, but at the same time, the NBA got to do what they got to do to keep the game.
Tough to regulate something that's going to
keep the integrity of the game. I'm not mad at both.
When they put investigation, you just got to be smarter. Even when you talk about drugs and steroids, you know how it is when you, like, you take, not saying you know how it is.
I'm about to say, you try to accuse me. I'm like, what is this?
But you know how it is, like, in your job. Like, if somebody doing a drug test, they'll take things that will hide it. Yeah. Or they'll cleanse themselves before. You find loopholes around to get the drugs out your system. Then these days, they coming out with drugs that will clean your system within a certain time frame. Like, it's all, but that's going to find a new way
that's why my job,
to come away from
That's why my job randomly drug test you. You can go maybe 6 years not getting a drug test.
Yeah, I heard that's what UFC do. Like,
or you just
might be 2 p.m. one time, and then they found out the players. They find out a premier player was doing it.
Oh, yo, it's going to destroy the league. It's going to mess up the league. Because
you can't never. Basketball is the hardest sport to say that on. Like, you can't tell if I'm purposely missing or not, bro. Unless in one game, we've seen Steph have a bad shooting game. I seen Steph have 4 or 5 last year because I thought Steph was falling off because it was so bad. He had scored 2 points in the game before.
Yeah, I know.
He scored like 6. He was missing everything.
Don't put that on nobody's jacket, bro.
I'm saying guys can have games like that
because that would be rough to find that out.
That's what I'm saying. So, for playing ball. You can have a bad shooting game. Anybody.
And you start getting accused of that because you had a bad shooting.
Right.
He was shaving. Exactly. He was shaving points. He was doing this.
He was doing something stupid.
That's why they got to do these investigations to keep the integrity of the game. If they start questioning players playing on the court, that's gonna be a whole different problem.
You would have thought JaVale McGee was throwing games with the Shaq.
he was on Shaq and the Fool.
You know what I'm saying?
Some of the stuff that was going on.
Yeah, NBA got it rough with that, bro.
Who video was that? I forget what player they saw did that where he intercepted the ball, ran down the other team's court, and purposely shot the ball just so he could get the point. I forget the boy that did that. Yo, yeah, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. But
what these sites do too as well. I seen it before. Somebody missed a shot on purpose to grab a rebound. And I think they went back and they took the rebound away.
Yeah. They wanted the rebound.
Bro, they not playing these.
Yeah, they wanted the rebound.
They're not playing these games where you just manipulating the system to win money, bro.
Yep.
They not playing
Yep.
it. So I just want to bring that up, bro, because I seen that. I'm like, yo, this NBA is in a tough spot. They dealing with anti-competitiveness. Silver's trying to fix that, bring more defense to the league. Then you dealing with that. Like, you dealing with a lot.
But then you also
the integrity of the game.
But then take out these incentives. That's the other conversation we don't have. Players in certain players' contract, you get incentives for what you do during the league, of how many rebound points, stuff you get.
What if you only do it for 2 games? So, yo, let's make a quick 50K within these next 2 weeks. I'm gonna do the under.
What I'm saying is, if you're going to go that route, you got to take out these incentives, because I will purposely try to say, for instance, I'm 1 rebound away from getting 20K rebounds, which in turn is going to give me a bonus on my contract, and I got an easy layup. But I know if I get this rebound and I miss this draw, I get that 20K. I'm gonna miss that layup and get me another rebound.
That's fine. I'm cool with that.
But that could be seen as the same thing with the gambling.
I don't think people be mad about that though, because
we won't know what I'm saying. We won't know what he's doing it for.
I only worry about that because you had to grind to get to even come close to that number.
But what I'm saying is we don't know, as a fan, as somebody that's watching the game, we don't know that he has a bonus of 20K rebounds or whatever in his contract. We don't know that. I'm
cool with that though. Ain't nothing wrong with chasing stats.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is we don't know if he's chasing stats or shaving points or doing whatever he's doing for the gambling. That's what I'm saying. We don't know what they're doing. You can't tell.
You can't really control that.
Right, you can't tell. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it's just tough on the players. If you get accused of something like that, now everybody looking at every shot you miss and take. Now he got cleared, so if you an adult, you gonna leave him alone.
No, you're not. His public perception is done.
I'm just saying, like, if you somebody with a thinking mind, I'm gonna leave him alone. I ain't gonna, because he made a lot. Yo, he had his best year ever last year. So he helped his team win. He brought them to the playoffs. So I mean that's all good for the league. But it's the guys who have bad years when it become an issue. Terry Rozier had his worst year ever last year.
Yeah, and they like, all right, what's going on?
You know, it's stuff like that. In
like
NFL, you can't really get away with that because they'll let you go and you ain't making enough.
Right.
And your contract ain't guaranteed.
Right.
It's too risky. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Just let me know what y'all think of that, man. This is Queese through the scope. We out.